Let me ask a theoretical question. America is currently preparing or not, according to President Trump, to invade, Iran via water, via the Strait of Hormuz, and possibly by land. Is there a remotest possibility that Iran or any other country at all can attempt the same thing for America? Let us ask that hypothetical questions. And I will want your comments. I will want what you think at the end of this video. But let me answer for myself. I think it is a statistical impossibility. I will explain why. There are no right or wrong answers here. So I will expect your answers and the reasons you are due for such after, in the comment thread of this video. But let me explain the reasons for my answer. Again, my answer is that it is a statistical human impossibility. I will explain. You see, number one is that just like the Iranians, maybe the Americans are actually the pioneers of the mosaic defense strategy. I will explain. It may not necessarily have a lot to do with rocks and mountains like that of Iran. But you see, America has something they call the National Guard. And the National Guard is on a state by state basis. Each state has its National Guard. Apart from the Central Army, the Central Marines, the Central Navy, the Central Air Force, each state has its National Guard. The National Guard is controlled by the governor of the state. However, in cases of military emergency within or without America, the president has a constitutional right to actually mobilize the National Guard for even external military forays. So, in the rarest impossibility that anybody tries to be brave and tries to attack the US of A by land, trust me, that entity will first and foremost face the National Guard of the state that external entity lands in, and trust me, it will not be good, to say the least. The second factor is what I would call the relative militarization of American society. You see, based on statistics, America has more guns per capita than people. Do you understand what I'm trying to pass across? The number of guns in the US of A is greater than the number of people in the US of A. So per capita, one person has more than one gun per capita. You want to face such a society. You think they just own those guns and they don't know how to shoot them. If they need to, they are going to shoot them. So any external entity that wants to do an attack on the US of A will have to contend with those relatively over militarized citizens in terms of the gun ownership. Third is the factor of, again, the rally around the flag effect. The same effect that Iran is enjoying at this time. Trust me, America will enjoy the same. Even the current President Trump will enjoy the same. You see, the moment external assailants come into a country environment, the natural instinct, except there are major countermanding reasons, you can be sure that the people of that country will actually rally around the flag, whoever their leadership is. And trust me, considering the first and second factors, there will be a lot to rally around America, and they will essentially become an impregnable military fortress. And what caps it all, on the streets here in Nigeria, what they call the Babanla factor is America being essentially the greatest nuclear superpower in the world. You see, if you want to mess with countries, don't mess with nuclear power, with the nuclear superpowers. I don't need to explain beyond that. Look at North Korea. What is the population of North Korea? What exactly is North Korea bringing to the table when it comes to super economics? But simply because of the fact that North Korea it has nuclear weapons. Nobody wants to mess with this country. Look at this. Look at Israel. What is the population of Israel? Do you understand? What exactly are they able to mobilize in terms of manpower, even in terms of economics? But because of the reality of the ownership of a nuclear weapons, nobody wants to mess with our country except the entities that Israel itself has attacked. Again, look at Iran. One of the major reasons this war is happening is that the powers that be, the guys in charge, want as much as possible, are desperate to ensure that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, because it will render Iran essentially, at least psychologically, militarily impregnable. Before you think of attacking the country, you have to think, of the fact that there are nuclear weapons at play here. So again, those are my reasons for adducing for my theory, for my thesis and my hypothesis that America essentially is unattackable, at least on its territory, on continental America, because of those four factors. The first one, the fact of the mosaic defense strategy. The second one, because of the relative over militarization, you understand, in terms of gun ownership. The mosaic defense strategy, because of the presence of the National Guard and other state-based military installation. The third factor, because of the rally around the flag effect. And the fourth and final factor, because of the being a nuclear hegemon. So again, the question is, do you think it is even remotely possible that America can be attacked on its continental territory? Again, answer the question and give me your reasons, in the comment section. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. Do you understand? And I would love to learn from you. Thank you very much for joining us on this episode. Again, don't forget to like, to share, to broadcast, to subscribe, to comment, and please ask your questions and I'll gladly answer them. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Have a good day.